All right, we already see a mag ban nearly instantly from RNG.
You know what? That hero has been...
Speed bans. Is this on 16x?
It's not. We wanted to do it really fast, but
just-
Zach was not in favor of doing 4x drafts, sadly.
This is just
It's really
teams.
hard to even talk about 4x draft, honestly.
Yeah,
You're like in the same sentence and 4 things just happen at once.
you can pretty much get out the hero names,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
Then there's a new one.
Yeah.
Any unusual bans here? I would say Centaur, not so normal.
I have not seen a Warlock ban yet.
First tire ban, yeah.
Shadow Demon. for
I've seen
instance.
this about 800 billion times.
Yeah,
Great, tell us what
the
happens
Ench and the
next.
Mirana are banned, so.
Well, Shadow Demon goes around. He's pretty powerful. He owns. He does it all. He's got the save. He's got the... His setup's not the greatest. It's okay. But later on, it's not that good. It's more of a save. He's just a super strong scaling support that lanes decently, but not amazingly.
How do you feel about Soul Catcher, though?
Yeah, this is
the
the...
inevitable alchemist that RNG is about to pick.
Say it again?
He's got an
That
inevitable.
hero.
Oh, boy.
Whoa, Zach.
All right,
hello.
well, congratulations to
All right, unlike
RNG.
Zach, I did not watch the VOD. But...
What?
He could know that right from pure knowledge, I
Yeah.
believe.
No, it makes a lot of sense here. You see these two heroes that are pretty slow-paced, big team fight ultimates. That's when you want a hero like Alchemist because he's very difficult to punish once you're... When you pick heroes like Tide Enigma, especially together, you're committing to your own game. You're not going to be able to punish the enemy at all.
I feel like if you have first pick in the first phase, you can get Alk, you just take it, though, because you see they're two heroes, and then you can ban twice
Yeah.
for Alchemist.
Yep. That's a
This
good
is just...
I will say I think VP didn't take Alchemist themselves because, well, as you've just said, like RNG will have an immediate pick afterwards, but they also open with the Shadow Demon, which from what I've seen is actually one of the best answers to Alchemist. He just walks up and Soul Catcher and he's gone.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous amount of damage. It's kind of unmatched by other support heroes.
Yeah. As far as one-click burst goes, it's probably the highest in the game.
If you...
Yeah.
A lot of
Against strength heroes.
a lot of carries can kind of like almost kill Alchemist, and then he's just 20% HP and
Yep.
heals up to full HP. So it makes a lot of sense that it's good against Alk.
You need an extremely high amount of like concentrated damage, not all this AoE, spread damage over time stuff.
Yeah.
You need single target burst damage to really lock them down.
like a nice Ursa.
Yep.
Yeah.
How do we feel about VP being in the low bracket? Do you think that's deserved? Did you guys think they'd do much better coming into TI?
If you're
So-
average in groups, you're
Who
gonna
did,
end up
who did
in
they
lower
lose to
bracket,
in the
right?
upper bracket?
PSG, I think.
LGD. Okay,
That's
well,
expected.
that's
That
a,
is definitely
think
that's
expected.
a good
Yeah.
team.
VP
Good,
are
solid team.
they've always been so weird.
Yeah.
They look amazing for half the year, then they come into TI and it's just
Yeah.
different team. I don't know what the reasoning is, but like some teams, some players, you can really see their performance through the year just look amazing. Then they get to TI time and it's just not the same.
I mean,
Yeah.
we just saw Secret arrive in the upper bracket of TI, and all of a sudden, they lost to EG.
Yep.
We've got an ogre. I'm happy about that, actually.
Do you do a good ogre voice? By
I
any
don't.
chance?
I only do red eye, sadly.
Did you say
Okay.
Jenkins?
No.
Oh.
I said voice.
Okay.
I bet Jenkins could do a good ogre.
Oh no, that's what I was specifically trying to
Oh.
avoid.
Fair enough.
Well, now we have to hear it, eventually.
I'll do red eye. Ready? Jakiro.
Not in the game, unfortunately.
Magi! You asked for it.
You guys are good. Oh, never mind. This question is too off topic. I didn't want to steer you guys in a poor
Instantaneous
direction.
Do
Oh,
it.
let's go now. I want to hear it.
Just do it.
Do you think Alchemist is the ogre or the dude riding him?
Holy shit.
Oh, it's the dude riding him.
Yeah, but what if it's not?
both, actually.
It's both.
Yeah. The Alchemist is definitely the guy on top.
So-
guy, yeah.
But both of them
So which
talk.
one's the Alch and which one's the Mist?
Dude, you're blowing my brains out right now.
Wow,
dog.
Brax. I think it depends if
I
he's
think
got
you
anything
just-
stuck inside him. If he's got something stuck inside him, they're one being.
You read right or left to right or up to down, right? So Alka is the top, and then
That depends,
I
that depends on
see.
where you're from.
Hitting me with the
Depends on
logic.
what
if you
language.
can find me a language that reads bottom to top.
Gosh, this is pure nonsense.
Hindustani.
It's pure nonsense.
This is a real
Drivel.
answer.
Sorry.
Drivel.
I think that's
Spectators, get on the stage.
Do you guys like Abaddon by any chance? He's a hero that doesn't really care about these large cooldown ultimates because he sits there and just face tanks it, doesn't care.
RNG is the team that plays this as a core, right?
Yeah, they played
Yeah.
it in. They played it yesterday.
And from what I remember, it's actually a pretty good answer to Lifestealer in the lane. Because,
Yes.
well, actually, it's not really anymore, right?
people buy like chainmail and ring of protection like instantly.
Yeah, but it used to be really interesting because Lifestealer in the Feast was based on the current HP, right?
Right,
yeah.
So Abbas would go low HP and then shield up, and Lifestealer barely does any damage anymore. But now it's just max HP based. I actually am not sure how this matchup goes.
It is, but it's still Abba favored, in my opinion, just because
Yeah.
there's so much more armor to get nowadays. He's
Okay.
going to have phase boots and Bassy. He'll
It's
probably
not
even
just
buy
the
I-
same
I
for the
honestly-
Lifestealer, though?
I don't find
Huh?
Lifestealer to be a problem in the lane.
I don't
Like,
either.
It really just
I never feel like I can pressure him, but I never feel pressured by him
it's
as
like
well.
he's just a wall.
It's just like a stalemate,
you just get
basically.
chainmail ring of protection on the whatever hero you are.
Yeah. And I don't think this
Ooh.
I haven't seen
Ogre
one of
support
those.
is going to do very much.
Damn, Leshrac, Shadow Shaman, Abaddon. That is some serious
Did
pushing
you
power.
catch the Ogre support that just made Ench his bitch last game?
Are we allowed to say the B word?
Yeah? We can say the F word. We can definitely say the B word.
Okay.
Thank you for keeping us honest.
Yeah. RNG was actually second from bottom in the group stage, so they probably don't care. They've got nothing to lose. VP, on the other hand,
Well, VP is coming off of, we didn't actually cast it yesterday, but they got crushed by LGD, right?
yeah.
I
Yeah.
heard it was 2 games, both about 30 minutes long, and just didn't even look close.
Gosh. Do you think if they didn't do well, they'd change players? What do we think?
I think it's probably should have happened a little while ago, to be honest.
You're kind of locked in for DPC, though, right?
Yeah, exactly. You kind of get to this stage where you're like, you're already too committed, you're too deep in the season to really make any major changes, but
And God
Yeah.
forbid you make a change and it doesn't work. Because then you have to
Yes.
do it again, and then you take another DBC point
exactly.
hit.
Every time you make a change like that, you're kind of starting backwards because this new player may bring a different dynamic and level of understanding, and you kind of have to teach them all the things you already know so that you guys can work together and think on the same page. And it becomes this whole tedious process where like everybody stops learning to try to bring this person up to speed. So
This here is a really good matchup against the Alchemist, right?
in lane,
Yeah.
well, Alchemist is in the safe lane, right?
Oh, that's correct.
Yeah, it's
It's not the greatest Storm game.
uh,
Shadow Shaman,
Actually, I agree.
Shrek,
The Storm
Abaddon,
is
Silence to follow up.
there's no easy pickings in the backlines, right?
Nope.
And there's also 2 defensive
2
heroes.
saves, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Very
actually
good.
a pretty
Okay,
big
who's
deal.
going to win quickly?
RNG.
RNG.
Oh.
They've got the
okay.
money, man.
Very nice.
Yeah, I mean,
This guy prints money.
against Lifestealer, like worthless hero.
Okay, and just out of interest, Zach, who is the least likable player of VP?
I don't know, dude. They're all pretty great guys.
Great answer. Okay, we're going to go to the... sorry, throw that out there.
So full of shit.
Okay, we're going to go to our casters now. Gareth
They're fun.
and...
They are.
Black.
Yeah, that sounds
Well
right.
done. Well done.
Thanks, Mally.
Hello.
Thanks for remembering our names. Much appreciated. Here we are, RNG, taking on VP Black.
Yeah,
End of the draft. How are you feeling with that Storm pick?
feeling very bad about it, to be honest. The lane against Flash is not the easiest, and you have Shadow Demon and Shadow Shaman who can set up for ganks against him as well.
But it's no one playing it.
Yeah, but we have seen Miracle Storm, and even he couldn't make it work.
Yeah, having some struggles.
Yep.
And it's got to be said, VP not on the hottest form recently either. They've had some TI struggles the past 3 or 4 years, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean, I expected them to not do well this year just because of that. For some reason, every TI they just can't make it work. For whatever reason, I really don't know why.
Yeah, there's mental block against it.
Like
they
they're
crumble.
not suddenly bad, you know?
They just slow down a little bit. Momentum breaks.
Yeah.
But yeah, RNG, they tied VP in the group stage. They went 1-1. They should, at the very least, be a close series.
Mm-hmm.
Neither of us got spoiled by it either. Managed to dodge all the Twitter spoilers.
Yeah, I mean,
Fresh.
I don't even go on Twitter.
Fresh game.
Yeah. Don't go on Twitter until TI is over.
Good man.
Yes. What about you? I'm sure you
Oh no,
spoiled
I need to
yourself.
be on Twitter. Literally my job. Bounty Rune battle. Arfu still has disruption up his sleeve. And they will go for the banish now. 4 heroes surrounding. As they get the last stun, chaining into Ramses. A few more clicks. That should do the trick. Shadow Shaman final punch, and there it is. The big damage coming in from Lanham.
Or Pasha, though, getting 2 bounty runes.
Yeah.
Could have potentially been 4 bounty runes for the Alchemist. Well done by our, what is it? A watermelon.
Watermelon.
Yep.
He's got some really nice cosmetics going. Less watermelon, more turtle with spikes on him. Flyby is giving him the clicks though. There's a lot of damage on this Tidehunter from this Abaddon just through the passive.
Yeah. I actually didn't know the pass was that good.
Yeah, keeps him chasing. And it stops the anchor smash as well, I guess, with the silence, so you don't get that damage reduction.
Yeah.
So we set up our lanes. Monet on the Alchemist down bottom. Tri-lane from RNG with Afu and Lanham, both contesting Solo and Ramses. So putting Juggernaut down here with the Ogre, you're in a 2v3 situation. Now, is this calculated by VP to give Pasha more space top?
I mean, in theory, they should be winning 2 out of 3 lanes. Although Alchemist is usually seen as a very weak safe lane, which is not true at all. Once Acid Spray comes out, that tri-lane is actually insanely strong. But of course, they have the Enigma to keep denying the range creep, so they will have a level advantage. And we'll see how it has to play out. But top lane should definitely be in favor of Tidehunter. Mid lane, Storm will free farm as well. So the laning setup is not bad at all.
You will need a fair amount of regen though, right? No one's going to be bringing out salves and mangoes just to keep himself sustained.
Yeah, probably a quick bottle as well.
Yeah, that'll be great. So for the bottom lane, why is Acid Spray so good in this Radiant safe lane as well? It feels like it's much nicer.
I mean, it reduces the armor level 1 by 4, so you can actually never ever fight the tri-lane properly unless you dodge the Acid Spray.
So you can't fight in the creep wave, you can't trade hits, so you're always losing that regen battle as the lane progresses.
And it's a lot of damage too.
Yeah, that's true. That damage over time. Lanham making a quick swing in towards mid. Courier
for the
is
Courier,
coming through, yeah.
But he's just barely missing it.
No one popped up cheekily for that top rune.
They knew anyway, they had a ward right there. So.
That's true. So no one, if the rune spawn top, he had secured it with some nice remnants. Roger back in the jungle, farming happily. And has Pasha 10-3, Abaddon 9-1, so they're trading farm. But as this Pasha Tide gets levels up in Anchor Smash, like he's level 2 Anchor Smash now, it's more difficult for Flyby to keep sustained in this lane.
Yeah, I really don't like what they're doing. This Enigma is completely abandoning bot lane, which will mean Alchemist has complete free farm. I don't think you can give Alchemist free farm on a safe lane. He'll just have like minute 10 Radiant, and it's just incredibly hard to stop the hero.
Like in a meta that's so defined by item timings and hero timings, Alchemist being one of the best, accelerators into a timing, it's really
I find this very curious. Like, he's not doing anything top lane. He's just farming jungle, actually. Like, he should be denying range creeps bottom, make the Alchemist's life as hard as possible.
And then maybe farm the triangle, the double camps down on that bottom spot. And now he's being contested by Lanham.
I mean, to begin with, he ran away because they warded the triangle. And the Shadow Shaman just came there and kept harassing him. But now he's doing the same thing anyway, so you're not getting much out of it. It's still level 1 Enigma.
Usually at this spots.
Yeah, at this point, you're usually level 3 on Enigma.
Yeah.
The Shadow Shaman is doing God's work right now.
So on position 4 Enigmas nowadays, what's the kind of build? Do we still go Helm?
I mean, DJ went for straight Midas, Blink BKB. Other people do go Helm.
DJ is one of the greediest.
He is one of the greediest, yes. Then we have like Arcane Boots into mech as well.
Yeah.
Dominator can work still. Lots of builds. Very versatile hero.
Very focused on team items, aura items.
Yes.
Get that push going with Eidolons early. I mean, we've seen KP, I think, go Vlad's on Enigma as his primary item.
Yeah, but that's more like a 3 position.
Yeah. Oh, that is true. You're absolutely right. The big chat wheel spam.
Yeah.
Nice deny, Roger. Takes out his own Eidolon. But Lanham still is pressuring. Like you're saying, this level 2 Enigma right now, not feeling too happy.
Yeah, he's not getting much done at all.
Mid lane farm, is that what you would expect right now? 17-5 to 14-7?
Yeah, like Storm usually lanes quite well against Lash because he just can't harass you out of lane too easily. But I'm really scared, as I said, because once you get your items up on Lash, Storm dies really easily.
And you have SD Disruption to set up an immediate split earth.
And you have Shadow Shaman on top of it as well.
Afu drawing the attention of no one down here. A quick disrupt will stop the Storm's advance. Solo's just going to wander into that jungle and keep Afu.
SD would have died, but he didn't actually Remnant when he hit the SD. So he didn't actually get the slow off, yeah.
Solo will have to give up the game. Lanham's just chasing Roger around. He's perpetually in this jungle, harassing the Enigma.
There's really not much you can do about it as Enigma.
Is VP getting enough? Like, is Tidehunter having a good enough time? Is Ramses on this lifesteal having a good enough time to warrant this Enigma who is taking so much attention?
I mean, you can see this Alchemist has more CS than a lifesteal, which is something you never want to have happen because you just have so much more acceleration than you.
Oh, and they contest both bounty runes here. Moving up to that dire side one, Lanham and Monet. Enigma arrives though.
Yeah,
Roger will zone them out with the Midnight Pulse. Nicely done.
They still got 2. 2-2 split. You can see the Alchemist already has face boots and his soul ring soon as well. He's really farmed right now.
That soul ring, it's such a great item. It allows you to stay in lane, but also allows you, if things develop that way, to go into the jungle and just keep farming there as well.
I mean, the CS are very deceiving. I think the Alchemist will probably have around like 1,000 net worth advantage maybe on the lifestealer.
Yeah, very likely. Tied up at the top of the chart though, 31-4. As we do watch mid lane, Lanham hiding away.
Same as the Abaddon, actually.
Oh yeah, true.
Same CS.
Dead even. There's Arfu. Comes from the north, Lanam from the south. Setsu should have a pretty easy setup here with the split earth out the shackles. Solo's arrived to take a turn though, and that's the Shadow Shaman falling. Nice little retribution there for VP, but you've lost no one and you're trading for a Shadow Shaman. It's always going to be RNG's way.
Yeah, it's a good trade, but he didn't have to there, which was a slight miscommunication. Lesh was a bit late, but as you said, it's still worth the trade. Lifesteal getting really low.
So what kind of build do we expect from Lifestealer this game against an Alk?
I hope he doesn't go for Radiance, because they will need to do the Infest Bomb with Armlet and Desolator. They need a lot of physical damage, and they need to burst the Alchemist. Like, Radiance won't do much this game at all.
And I guess it often feels nicer buying MKB with the Deso Armlet build than it does with the Radiance build,
Way
if you
better.
need to go that way against the Radiance.
Radiance this game I would really not like to see.
Fair enough. Storm Spirit, Kaya, Orchid.
Yeah, most likely. Standard item build.
Because then you'll have the Orchid against the Yule Split Earth from Leshrac if that comes out.
I mean, it's hard to itemize a Storm this game. You also need a BKB.
BKB,
Yeah. Yules could potentially be good. They don't have silences, but they have a lot of setups. So if you ever get caught, you actually just die.
It will be a rough one for no one.
Yeah.
But he is a very skilled player. He'll find his way.
Yes.
So bottom has been left alone. It looks like Alk has ditched the lane for a little bit. Ramses gets a bit more face time with the creeps. But the stack's being built up by RNG here. So Alk will be taking full advantage of them.
Enigma also getting a lot of farm now because the Shadow Shaman is obviously ganking lanes, not really focusing on the Enigma anymore.
Would we say Pasha's actually losing this lane against the Abaddon 1v1?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't played this lane yet, and I haven't seen the Abaddon with the new passive yet, so this might be how it plays out, but I think this Abaddon is doing way better than I expected at least.
Yeah, like a wave and a half ahead of the Tide Hunter. 7.5 minutes in. Tide's TPing now down bottom.
Force down the tower, I guess, but they will lose top tower in return.
Yeah, I mean, Abaddon pushes real quickly
Yeah.
with that passive. So Monet's in the jungle farming stacks. RNG have shifted Setsu down here with Arfu.
You have to be careful. Fighting into this Ravage is going to be very difficult.
Oh, Lanham's hit level 3. Nice Midnight Pulse, though, will clear the trees to give vision here, and I think they've caught a glimpse of Lanham through that tree line. Quickly dispatch with him. Tier 1 tower should be simple.
You just give up this tower, trade with the top tower. Every time you trade with an Alchemist, you're happy until he's online. So this actually doesn't do too much for the VP lineup, I think. Although if they manage to defend top lane, then it's very, very good for them.
Ramses is up here.
And we see the rotation of Lanham as well. TP to top lane.
Flyby. Not able to deal with Ramses as easily as with Pasha.
Yeah. Very well done by VP, actually. They get a tower without any trade.
Yeah, very nice indeed. And they should still have some TP rotations top. Tidehunter won't have his, but the rest very likely should. Oh, Solo. Oh, he was deep in the jungle. He was looking for the Alchemist. We'll keep our eyes here on Ramses.
Probably wanted to jungle, block some camps, sentry wards, observer wards.
Just keep tabs on the Alch whenever you can.
Yeah. But his Alchemist is huge right now.
Pasha rushing pipe.
Pipe.
Lesh magic damage. Is that big enough of a deal to go pipe straight up?
I don't know if I like it as first item. Actually going on Lesh in the
Nice
middle.
grab.
Yeah.
Vortex is there, and Pasha's coming in from the river, so a quick gush into the damage from the storm. And Shadow Demon unable to keep his teammate alive.
Still space for the Alchemist though. RNG is not too unhappy about these big rotations.
They will finally get this top tier one though. Lanham still sitting around level 3.5. We'll need that tome to come in quickly. Can we take a quick look at hero levels actually? As we get close to 10 minutes in. Yeah, we've still got a whole load of heroes. Level 3, 4, and 5.
Enigma's actually only level 4, minute 10.
2,800 net worth on him as well.
Yeah, pretty absurd that he's that low level. He went Basilisk into Arcane Boots into Mech. So he's going to be rushing the Guardian Greaves. They just want to get mass aura items up and start to teamfight the Radiant lineup. Because obviously you don't want to just let the Alchemist free farm.
Yeah, stack up that kind of damage mitigation, go make a push happen, put pressure on them.
Alchemist already has Face Boot, Soaring Bracer, and already 3k gold in the tank.
10 minutes in, like 10 minutes on the dot, the bounty rune's coming in. Looks like a 2 for 2. As Solo grabs up a couple. But they've not contested, like VP haven't really actively looked for the Alch. Ogre's gone for a couple of, almost suicide warding missions, scouting missions, PGG missions, going into the jungle deep.
We can see the Solo actually put out a lot of sentry wards, blocking a lot of the Radiant camps on the bottom side here. Or actually he didn't block.
Or maybe not.
He blocked one only.
Is that? No, none.
He didn't block the single camp. Why did you put so many sentries there?
I don't know.
That is so weird.
Very
It's
interesting.
like 300 gold gone.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah.
VP going for the middle tier 1. No catapults have come in. And this is what a lot of TI teams are exploiting exceptionally well. Flyby, Afu looking to mount the defense. Pasha has the Ravage though.
Yeah, you can't push this against Abaddon as well as Alchemist Acid Spray. There's no way.
Abaddon just plants himself in front of the tower. I'm a target, look at me. And they don't have enough damage, they don't have enough lockdown to break through him before the tier 1.
You have to defend this mid tier 1 tower because it gives you access to both jungle sides, and Alchemist needs those jungle camps, obviously.
Absolutely. He is up at the top, 7.3k
he's so
net
far ahead
worth.
right
He
now.
is really zooming ahead now. 1k away from that full Radiance now.
Yep. And it's just gonna accelerate from there.
That should be the way of things. So 3 to 3, you know, there's nothing in it net worth wise. You know, it looks like VP across the board have kind of kept up, but it is always that kind of Alk game where if your Storm and Lifesteal are unable to keep tabs on him, it can be a little difficult.
Usually you're fine with Alchemist free farming if your other cores crush their lanes, but this is very, very even. The cores actually came out a little bit ahead of the laning stage, and Alchemist is free farming as well, so doesn't look too good for VP right now. They need to force a team fight.
Pasha is potentially a difficult kill, but they're going to go for him anyway. Back of a Storm is there with a haste rune. No one could get in on this. The silence from the Abaddon though. Pasha looking to turn with a Ravage, and there it is. Pasha dies for this, but the Black Hole from Rogers, perfect. They've caught the 3 of them. That smoke comes out with a team fight win for VP. 2 supports for 1 offlaner. If they can get Flyby here, it is cherry on top. And it looks like Flyby might be able to get to that shrine. So they have more TPs. Can RNG get back in on this? Flyby is sustaining through this entire team fight.
He's just
Ogre and
fighting
Storm are still
himself.
battling it. Like, can they kill him?
It's gonna be a tough kill. Another multicast maybe.
There's the
it is.
multicast, but they're not committing. They've given up on it.
It's a risky because they're respawning already. Probably gonna get a return kill here.
Oh, they dropped the
If you
Serpent
fall
Wards.
for it.
When I'm done with solo.
All right, he was like, screw you. You kill me, I kill you. Radiance online now. Minute 13, not bad with Face Boot, Soaring Bracer.
Yeah, I guess when we now look back at that fight, Tide and Ogre dying for 2 supports on RNG, and the fact Alk is farming completely, Ravage and Black Hole expended, it felt like a VP win, but when you really think about it, it doesn't seem like it was that great.
Yeah, right now it gets scary because Alchemist can actually fight with them now. And he deals a lot of damage.
They will show up to that mid lane now. Knowing that there's no Black Hole and no Ravage, they've got a massive window here, RNG, and a lot of leeway to play with.
I mean, there's 2 ways they can go about it. They can start fighting with the Alchemist now, or they can just keep snowballing with the Alchemist. Either way works. Of course, farming is less risky than team fighting, but team fighting can have the higher reward.
Yeah.
Of course, there's a bigger risk to it as well, though.
Especially when you have an SD who can make illusions of the Alk and farm himself. Like, you've got the SD accelerating off the illusions, Alk is farming somewhere else in the jungle. And this Leshrac, he's been a bit quiet. The past 2-3 minutes, Lesh has been very solidly farming that Yule's up.
Yeah. Once he has his Yules, of course, a very good save item against the Nake's Bomb. Can cancel Black Hole, can delay the Ravage, can save himself from the Ravage. There's another gank incoming, though.
They want Setsu. They know he's had a lot of time up here farming. Very calmly, but with no one on Solo's arrival, he needs the Yules to try and dodge away from damage, but it's there from no one. Afu shouldn't be able to do too much with a quick slap down from Solo. Flyby.
Solo
2 hits in. Demonic Purge. Solo's a goner. Alk will have the stun. Quick and easy.
Yeah, still a good trade, though. Core for support.
And it gets Storm up and running, right? He's involved.
Yeah.
Nice morale booster for no one.
Yeah, and Lifestyle is going for that Armlet build. Because I think otherwise they would have no chance in this game if you actually wanted to farm the whole Radiance.
We've seen a few shifts. You know, we've seen kind of Midas Radiance back into Armlet. We've seen Midas Armor into Radiance. Do you think Radiance could fit here at all anywhere? Or do you really want him to focus on that Deso AC?
I just want burst damage from him. That's what they like. They have a lot of sustain and sustain damage, but they need burst damage.
A nice jump in from Storm, but he's being turned on here by Monet. Quick Ravage out from Pasha. Catches a couple. Still have Monet sprinting around this battle, though, with the Radiance burning away. Ramses needs to get the focus in on the back line. No one's taking a couple out, and a support to down, but Enigma falls as Setsu slays that Enigma. Quick infest in and out from Ramses. He's raged up, and he's turned on the Lesh. Storm, though, yules into the air and a splitter to connect. The magic damage from this Lesh. He's got enough mana to pump it out onto Storm, and down he goes, but Monet, he's been turned on, and RNG have lost 5.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when your main damage source, the Lashrak, is actually not part of the fight. He came in like halfway through, and you can't have this delayed damage output. You need him there right away. And Lana was a bit out of position as well. But, you know, very, very well executed by VP. I was surprised they won this.
Yeah, same. I thought that was turning for RNG.
Yeah. As soon as the Lash came in, I thought it's going to be really bad for VP.
VP kept it going. They didn't even use Black Hole. I don't know if it was coming off cooldown in that fight, but he has it still.
He just got assaulted by the Lashrak. Assassinated.
Arcane's mech straight into BKB for Roger. What is there? Is there anything to cancel it through BKB? Nothing.
Nothing, unless you get a Abyssal Blade.
That is right. And he'll look to defend this mid-tier 1. Ti9 has been the defense of the mid-tier 1s, it feels like.
It just gives you so much map control.
They do catch Solo up on the high ground, but this has left Lanham again exposed. He's moved too far forward, and the black hole from Roger onto 3 allows no one to zip back in. Alk is blown up, and Flyby will have to turn tail and run as they jump back into Arfu. Will allow no one to take yet another kill, defend their tier 1, and RNG seem to be getting a little bit antsy.
I really don't like what they're doing. Your push hero is the Lashrak, not the Alchemist. Please involve your Lashrak in these fights. Your Alchemist is the one that should be farming, not your Lashrak. And he just died twice consecutively. This Alchemist had a free game, but now he's actually, like, the lifesteal is closing the gap.
Yeah, the Lashrak as well, struggling to keep up with the acceleration from Ramses now.
Yeah.
There is that pipe from Tide.
If he gets a fast
medallion as well.
Yeah, if he gets a fast Deso combined with the medallion, that's going to be Solar Crest after. That's like, what, like minus 20 armor, even more with the Gush. And this Alchemist will melt.
Yeah.
He has 0 armor items.
And it's easy kills on Alk, easy kills on Lesh, and Roshan.
Yeah.
You can take that objective so much faster.
Rushing for the BKB here on Elk against the Tidehunter, of course.
Setsu.
But this Lesh is really ballsy.
Real aggressive. What is it with Lesh players with names beginning with S? Sumail, Setsu, they just run in, make plays.
Yeah. Some feed, some don't.
Yeah.
It's always a big question mark.
Coin flip time. Where are we with Storm now? He had Kaya before. Oh, hello. Abaddon. He'll be fine.
Yeah, no problem. They're probably going to be waiting for the Alchemist BKB before looking for any sort of fight. But I'm a bit disappointed by this Lash. Like, he hasn't really had any impact so far this game.
Yeah.
He didn't really push towers. He didn't really kill heroes. He's kind of just there, you know?
Yeah, it felt like he struggled to hit that Yule's timing. He was spending a lot of time pushing out side lanes just to try and get there. And now he's moving into those travels, give him even more split push capability.
Yeah. BKB completed on Alchemist though.
Nice self-disruption from Arfu, but Storm looking for that easy pick-off with the help of Ramses. Regens, and there's the Hex. Concoction's in, Monet moves forward, Lanham's got the stun with the shackles, and Ramses has the help of Pasha, but the Ravage is just too late.
They burned the Ravage and lost the lifesteal. This was like the worst case scenario for them.
Well, he's swimming away, backstroke back to base.
Yeah. This is what happens when you're like a little bit too overconfident. I really want the support kill. It's not worth it. Even if you get it, you will die. Yeah. And it's not worth it. And they blew Ravage as well because they tried to save him. So now their teamfight timing is really off as well. I think they might just be able to get Roshan as well.
RNG, yeah, they move straight into the pit. You're absolutely right, Black. Monet there with the acid spray. Flyby with a medallion himself and Vlad's.
And the passive as well.
This Abaddon is really boosting the team up. BKB, Boots of Travel both arrive pre-20 minutes for RNG, so they're starting to hit this timing now. Even if they did have a bit of a flop in that kind of breakdown from the laning stage. Midnight Pulse is there in the pit. Roshan is about to die. Pasha looking for an entry, but with no Ravage, it is incredibly difficult. And there's the Yule setup. Split Earth to connect with the Concoction. They've got so much chain stun that no one's gone. Pasha should follow. Buyback from Storm. VP want to continue fighting. Ramses raged up, runs in, looks to rip them apart, and he nearly takes down Lanham, but it's not quite enough. Arfu will finally give his life over, but Monet, he is so big. He is chasing down the lifestealer and a couple of taps down. He needs the mech to save him up. Storm is in with a black hole cancelled. The Yule's in the air. Setsu destroys them, and VP have nothing left to give.
Yeah. I think they're going to lose the Enigma, and the rest is just running.
Take the Enigma kill, take the Roshan, finish it. I mean, what's Roshan on, 1,000 HP?
2k, something like that. Yeah.
He's healed up quite a bit. That fight extended.
It's so hard to fight into there without the lifesteal being ready. He TP'd into the shrine. As I said, they just have no burst damage. This Alchemist can, with his BKB, he can do whatever he wants right now on these team fights. They need Desolator on lifestealer, and need one more damage out of lifestealer to be able to burst him in his stun.
Yeah. And they needed Ravage.
They need a rabbit. And the Black Hole was cancelled instantly by the Yules of the Leshrac, of course.
So fast. You see it coming slow motion almost, right?
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, you're waiting for it, you know?
Yeah. As that Lash he's holding on.
Pipe completed now. Complete team fight focus. Going for the Solar Crest next, I would imagine. Cancel out the Tidehunter Solar Crest.
Yeah, plop that on your Alchemist. Feel pretty good about life.
Yep.
And top tier 1 for the Radiant still alive.
What a lot of people don't know. Solar Crest actually gives you movement speed.
10%.
10%, yeah. Most people don't know that. Oh, in trouble here. The Lifestealer. I got shackled. Long Alchemist done as well.
There is the Deso and Lifestealer arriving. Does he turn and fight? Does he have a choice? He's going to try and maybe Armlet toggle his way out of this. Rage TP does come back up. And Ramses makes a very, very nice escape.
Yeah, had no Alchemist ult. Acid Spray was also quite late. It's okay though. He had the TP back to the base. Get the bottom tower for free. No problem.
Oh, an aggressive smoke forward as well. Looks like they were trying to make a pincer movement into the bottom lane for the tier 1.
Yep.
Setsu and Afu. So now they can use Disruption for a setup, Yules for the defensive nature.
Yeah, they have set up with both the Yules and Disruption. They have the Sables from the Shadow Shaman as well. The Storm, if he ever gets caught out of position, he will die instantly.
And it was a 10th pick Storm, right?
Yeah, a very brave Storm pick.
Last pick Storm, no one. Currently 9.7k net worth. He was working on Bloodstone after the kayak that we saw.
Not a big fan at all, but everybody has their own little ideas about Storm.
Yeah. Serpent Wards for the tier 2. Very difficult to defend as the Dire team, especially when Radiant has already pre-warded it.
Yeah.
3 ramps that have access to that tier 2, all angles of attack.
They should be defending top tower, yep, as a TP. A bit late though.
They have Glyph if they desperately need it.
Yeah.
Looks like Monet should be able to clear it all up, no problem.
Now get some more money.
Full AC.
AC completed already, yep. And now you don't even care about the Desolator anymore. Minus armor, who cares? I got plus 21.
No big deal.
Yep.
So where does VP go from here? Like, they've kind of missed their timing, they're not quite there. Lifestealer is ready. Can they go for these Storm Spirit Infest plays now, or does no one make the call that he needs more time?
The problem is they need to cut him to the back line, because the SD can just save you, but the other problem is they have another save, so even if you go on the SD, he can get saved by the Abaddon, and then like fighting right now becomes incredibly difficult. I need like a 3-man Black Hole, maybe even more. He doesn't have BKB though, so he's gonna get cancelled most likely. They need really good Ravage. At this point, even though the gold advantage is only 2k, it feels like they feel
in control.
Super in control. Like they're 10k gold, they had 15k gold even. Just because their draft right now is at their peak.
Yeah. Feels pretty damn good. And now, clearing up the rest of the map. Final outer tower, the last tier 2.
Easy.
Gone. And Aegis is still there, I think, for another minute and a half, 2 minutes or so. And Monet looks for the concoction onto solo. Setsu set up for the split earth, and the Ogre goes down.
Coming in from behind though, or trying to at least. No Ogre, no buyback as well.
And they won't have Bloodlust, they won't have multicast. I guess they've infested in.
Going on the
looking
back
for a
line here.
play. There's a Storm. Into the back line. It's immediate Hex into Yules. Infest comes out, but the Split Earth's there. And no one, with the help of the Ravage, might stay alive. The Black Hole, but no! Storm's gone. The Black Hole onto the 2 of them. Monet will turn and battle. Not really a massive deal here for RNG as they are clearing up house. 3 down, and I think VP might just have run out of gas here.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, you're 2k ahead, but it really feels like you have no chance at all. Just because the heroes right now, it feels like they're immortal, you know?
Pasha nearly dying to the Radiant Spurn.
Yeah.
Pipe keeps him alive.
Pushes the pipe, yep. But they just can't fight at all.
Ramses? He's
fine.
trying to pull an Arteezy, but I don't think it works that way.
Nope. Not against these heroes, at least.
2 lanes of barracks.
Yeah.
They have buyback Enigma, but he's going to be holding it. Storm alive in 35 seconds. They've got no Black Hole, no Ravage.
Ogre again.
No hope in this game, it feels like, as Ogre yet again. Like you say, the Hex back onto the Lifestealer.
Whoa.
And Ramses, that Soul Catcher,
The Soul Catcher is so
annihilated.
strong. Yeah. 40% HP reduction is insanely strong.
Yeah.
So they half your health gone.
And a disruption again. They're just setting up kill after kill. He rages, he runs forward. Afu, the target of choice. Pasha's trying to bash into him, but I think with that Midnight Pulse really too far back in the fight, RNG just pushed into that fountain almost. Monet, he's got BKB Aegis. He doesn't really care how much you hit him. VP are on the last legs. Focus barracks. Hit buildings.
They're not hitting Alchemist. They're waiting for the... they're trying to wait for the edge to expire.
Is it like 20 seconds or something until it expires?
Right now.
No, there it is right now. That's great. The BKB from Monet
Very well done.
Very beautiful from VP. I didn't even consider that.
Still though, 2 Rex behind at this point it's an incredible feat to come back from this. So we will see what they try to do. They need a really huge black hole. That's the only way they can come back into this game.
So what did we have? 1 full lane mid, tier 3 and melee bottom,
Yeah.
and a buyback from Lifestealer.
Yep.
And the Ogre, I guess, but who cares, Ogre?
Who cares, Ogre?
Shadow Shaman. I love it when Shadow Shamans go like 2nd or 3rd art in BKB, and you've got like Shackles talent, and you just lock someone down and sort of forever.
No mana though.
On Storm? Oh no, on Shadow Shaman.
Oh no, he messed up. Didn't get the timing quite right.
And they know it. They can have a bit of fun with it.
Sometimes, you know, it's really easy, but when in this pressure situation, you're like, oh no, I need to hit this.
Especially if you know the timing and you're about to hit it and you animation cancel.
Yeah, because you
doubt
did a little
yourself.
bit too early. Yeah.
It's a rough one. There's BKB on Lash with a Kaya, boots of travel.
I hate playing against lineups like Radiant. They have an Alchemist which is just on the front line. You try to cut the back line, but the Abaddon will protect the back line as well. The Storm will just instantly get hexed by the Shadow Shaman every time, and it just feels like impossible to play Dota right now for VP.
Yeah, it's like that multi-layered support system, right? They've got backup after backup plan.
And at the same time, they're not really lacking damage. They got Shadow Demon, who offers plenty of damage. Of course, Alchemist and Leshrac, complete beasts right now.
And they have this kind of weird mix of, it's like sustained burst, right? They've got this physical hit from Alchemist coming in really quickly. Leshrac, he's got burst damage, but it is sustained through a fight.
It is insanely good draft by RNG, I think. Like, they completely outdrafted VP, especially the way the early game went. Alchemist complete free farm, which is their winning condition, and right now he is unstoppable.
Yeah, we didn't see the impact of Lesh in the first maybe 12, 13 minutes. He's definitely come back strong. And now we start to ask the same question of no one, the Storm Spirit. You know, we questioned the draft at the end with that final Storm pick. Where is he? He's got Bloodstone, he's got Kaya. Is this a game that he can excel in and come back with the Infest?
The thing is, Bloodstone gives you nothing. You get hexed, you die.
Yeah.
Whether you have Bloodstone or not, it doesn't matter. You need Orchid, you need BKB.
You need kill threat.
Yeah, I don't like this Bloodstone build, to be honest. Like you need the silence against the heroes. There's just no other way you can play around it.
VP trying to take control back of their high ground near that eastern or western shrine. Monet and Flyby very, very calmly just wandering around.
They're wrecking Dyer's bottom barracks.
Bottom barracks is under attack. Is that creeps?
Yeah, just creeps.
VP? Oh, it's a ranged. It's a ranged barracks. It's fine.
The tier 4s are gonna glyph now. Or for the shrine.
They're glyphing for the shrine. Okay, here we go. They want to defend that Roshan position. It is alive soon. Roshan's just come back up. So it is important for VP to battle around here, right now. Roger, ready. Storm zips south. There's the Hex on with the Serpent Walls, but it's an illusion. That's a Setsu illusion. They've jumped. The Black Hole will come in on Monet with the Abaddon there. And Pasha turns with Ramses. Look for the targets, but the BKBs are out. Monet sprinting about, and Setsu's arrival will clear up VP. No problem whatsoever. Ramses, he's got a BKB of his own. He's got to run home. No one. He's got a bit of mana left, but he doesn't get to the low ground. Not quite fast enough. And with Setsu there, they've got the magic damage to pump back into Storm, get 2 quick kills. VP, what do you do apart from call GG?
I mean, if your lifesteal needs to go BKB this early, you're really desperate to, you know, just make anything happen. But obviously we can see they have no damage up at all. They killed the 2 support, the 2 supports brought back, and now they just can't fight at all.
Well, there's the Storm buyback. He's tried to get the Shadow Demon, but like you said, the Abaddon shield's there. Storm absolutely ripped to shreds. Ramses, he's trying his hardest. Bless him. Bless him. He's in the middle of all these RNG heroes, and GG has to come out. No one calls it. RNG take game 1 in this best of 3 against Virtus Pro.
Yeah, and at some point you need to ask yourself, how do you recover if you're VP now? Like, you know you're always underperforming at TI, and RNG is not a team they should lose to. And I don't think they would if it was not TI. What is going on with them?
It's a great question, right? It's not a one-off event. This is consistent.
Yeah. It's
crumbling
always just this.
at
Majors, they're super scary.
exceptional.
Yeah, like they're probably the best team in the world.
But when it comes to TI, there's something there that just breaks down.
Yeah.
Anything you want to look at on the stats board? Anything that caught your eye?
I mean, not really.
It seems systematic from RNG.
That's kind of what happened. Like, Alchemist was farmed. They let him farm. They made a lot of space for him. But this last pick, Storm.
Roger stacked 10 neutral camps.
Yeah.
Well,
This
don't
last
do
week
too
Storm
much.
was questionable, didn't deliver. Yeah.
Yeah, RNG fully exploited it, but there we are. Game 1 in the books. We'll take a quick commercial break and come back with the rest of the best of 3.